Come on in, let's go. Yeah, come on in, let's go. Come on, you now tune in. Let's go. Come on, the other side, let's go. Come on, Alice Shaman, let's go. Colors, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Studio J, let's go. Alice, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, yeah. Alice Shaman, to the other side, colors. Let's other side, Alice Shaman. Let's other side, colors. Let's go. Alice, let's go. Let's go. Every second and for Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live. Alice Shaman, come on in and colors. Yeah, come on in. Studio J, you now tune in to the other side, to the other side. Come on, Alice Shaman, other side, colors. Other side, yeah. Tune in, Studio J, to the other side. Let's go. Other side, let's go. Yeah, other side. Yeah, other side. Come in, y'all. Let's go.
Yo, hello everybody. I know I've been missing the action, but it's your girl Ali Shaman here on the other side with my main man, Colors the Network. We also have our guest host, Miss Rock Fame, in the building. And then we also got our special guest for tonight. Can you tell everybody who you are? Mr. Goodman, your mic mute.
Let me unmute this thing here. You know, I ain't used to all of this here, you know. I'm from Johns Island, and all of this stuff is kind of new to me. So, you know, you got to work with the brother. But before I get started, I want to say thank you guys for having me. It's certainly an honor to be on with the All-Stars like Mr. Colors and Miss Rock Fame and Miss Allie. And then y'all got the #1 engineer, Mr. Jay Brown. I mean, it's like a dream team. You know, I don't know if I can do anything better than this, because you know it's just normally me and Ray Harvey, and it's just 2 of us, and now y'all got the 4 of us. So this is really, hey, Mr. Colors, I want you to know, check in the mail tomorrow, okay?
Speak it.
All right. Ms. Allen, you asked me a question, and I'm going to go ahead on and get to it and quit acting stupid. My name is Darryl Goodman. I'm from Johns Island. I consider Johns Island my home because we've moved around a couple of places, but Johns Island is the longest residency I have had since about 1968. Don't judge. I said don't judge. And, you know, I'm a product of St. John's High School, Wilberforce University, Texas A&M International, U.S. Army, worked and retired from Trotter Tech, teaching business. And right now, I just hang around on James Island in my studio. That's me, really.
I got you. So tell me, when you say studio, for those who don't know, are you talking recording studio, podcast studio, radio studio? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that, Mr. Goodman?
Yes, sir, Mr. Collins. Yeah. Well, you know, in 2006, I'm going to back up this train a little bit. In 2006, when I was on what I thought was my last military tour, I was sitting in Kuwait at Camp Arjun. So I'm pondering and considering, what is it that you're going to do now, Darryl? Because the free ride from the taxpayers and the Army is about to come to an end. You know, ain't nothing worse than realizing that there ain't going to be any more free trips, you know what I'm saying? Plus get paid for it. But anyhow, I decided that what I was going to do was start a company. And what I wanted to do was to do video and photos together. Now, I had the photos because I had studied commercial graphics at Trident Tech, and I completed that program. So I had been doing photos ever since about 1984. So when 2006 came up, time for me to get out of the Army, I said what I was going to do when I got back to the States, I was going to start a company called Low Country Exposure. And what I was going to do was I was going to shoot photos and videos and combine them for models and for designers. So that's brought the low country exposure onto the scene. And I started doing initially what was going to be teaching sessions for potential clients. So I started in 2006, my first expo, but it wasn't called an expo then. And so with the help of Thedra Brown, she knew a videographer. So I started with Kevin and Kaminsky shooting the videography. Then I needed some models, designers, and Thedra introduced me to Miss Shirley Daly. And so Miss Shirley Daly at the time had a modeling company, and she also had her design company. So Miss Shirley consented. She came in, we shot some pictures. We went down to the aquarium and we shot some video and shot some pictures. And that was the beginning of low country exposure. And as I said, our first, what I called a training session, morphed into the expo. And then from 2006 on to 2017, each year we did a fashion and beauty expo. I changed the name of the company from Low Country Exposure because someone had encroached on my name. So I shortened it from Low Country Exposure to Exposure. Then as I got into the later years of my expo, what I decided, because people would ask me, well, what are you doing with the pictures and what are you doing with the videos that are being shot at your expo? I told them I was basically keeping them for records and to use them for advertisement for the next year. So when I got into 2015, 16, Ms. Shirley said, Mr. Darryl, well, why don't you do something with the pictures? So I said, okay. So I started my online magazine based on the pictures from the previous years. Then I went to Comcast and I wanted to buy some time on Comcast so that I could then run and let people see the video. Now at that time I had Nair Studio for video on for photo. So then when I found out that Comcast wanted to charge me both my arms to play it and they were only playing it at 2 in the morning, I said, oh, hell no. So then I started investigating, and that's how I came up with what I needed to start my own online video studio to do my TV show. So I started inviting people in around 2016, 2017 to come in and record. Now I've grown from just a video studio. I have a podcast studio where I'm broadcasting from now. And I also have a photo studio. So when I say studio, Mr. Colors, I'm referring to now my video studio, my podcast studio, and also my photo studio.
Okay.
I thought she was going to, okay.
No, I was going to let you get.
I live in an apartment complex. It's loud. So.
Me too. Me too. I'm in an apartment complex too. It's called my neighbors to the left of me, to the right of me, behind me, and in front of me. The only thing is that we are separated by land and not by a wall. So yeah, I understand that, Ms. Rockfin.
Yes. So tell me about the different type of shows you have on toexposeyou.com.
Well, what we typically do is on Saturdays, we start with, in the morning, we have a sports show. We have the two guys that talk about sports. They also talk about life and relationships now. They've kind of morphed into that with Miss Victoria Baxter, the sister of, Miss Other Baxter lady, Miss Christy Love. Then, of course, we have Mr. Paul Brown. He interviews people in the community talking about different things like what they're involved in that. Then we have a show that comes on usually at the end of the day. I'm going to start at the end of the day and work back. Two individuals that's well known in hip hop and dance industry. They go by the name of Colors, the network man, and he has this lovely co-host known as, Miss Rock Fame. And then as we come in, we've got Miss Plachette Grant. She does the P2 thing. And Miss Plachette, she's involved in a number of things. When she come on, mainly, she talks about her youth entrepreneurship training and program. Then from Miss Plachette, we might have Miss Karen Chisholm. She has a Stop the Violence, and she has a book, well, a couple of books actually, where she talks about life, relationship, and abuse. Then we have two ministers that broadcast with us. We have a Reverend Middleton. She talks about religion, community, and politics. Then the other minister that we have is a Reverend Smalls. Now, Reverend Smalls, she's deep into the gospel, so she's going to quote us some scriptures and use that in comparison with life. Then we come into Miss, My Shell. My Shell likes to show us some love. So once again, being involved in the community, Miss Michelle, she talks about community events and what's going on. And then we have the beautiful truck driver known as Lady TK. She, once again, interviews people in the community, talking about community events, and she also gives them that expensive Starbucks coffee. I don't know how, they can talk and drink, but they do. They do a wonderful job. So those are people who broadcast with us on a regular basis. So it's a variety of shows. So anyone that has an idea for a show, as long as it's not illegal, immoral, and grossly, we can talk about putting them on as well. So those are the current lineup of people that broadcast with us. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Then me and Shawnette Bright, we do a show called For Biz Talk, where we too interview people who own businesses. But I'd like to also include in that, we talk with people who help businesses like SCORE, like SBDC, like the SBA, like I Hope, the Women's Business Center. So not only do we have people who talk with people, not only do we talk with people, but we also talk with people who can help the people who we talk with. So that's our current lineup, Ms. Rock Fame, as to who we have at the current. Now, of course, Mr. Colors, when y'all come on there, y'all start calling all of these people's name and, out there in the world, and then all
it's
that models.
It's our job to know. We gotta know.
I understand. Hey, what can we say?
Yes. So, how many people is on the To Expose You team?
Our team basically consists of 3 that are what we call the regulars. It's myself, who I just stand around and try to act like I know what the hell is going on. Then we have Mr. Ray Harvey, who is really the knowledgeable guy because he's the tech guy and he's the one that keeps me on track.
Oh, that's your Jay Brown, because if it wasn't Jay Brown, we just talking to each other.
That's what I'm saying. And then, we have a lovely young lady, Miss Shawnette Bright. She's currently studying at Trident Tech, but she got a whole bunch of master's degrees and others, but she wants to transition more into the broadcast industry. So that rounds out our team of people who work with us on a regular basis. Of course, we are always open for inclusion. So yeah, we are a 3-person team, 1 smart guy, 1 good-looking lady, and one dumb guy who trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Oh, that sounds like those to watch radio.
Whoa!
But who's the dumb guy on those to watch?
I'm just lost for
Well, he
words.
sure isn't the pretty lady.
Oh my goodness! I'm telling you guys are having too much fun on this show now. Y'all got to tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Are y'all trying to expand like out of the state? Like you're broadcasting, like say if somebody out of state sees it and then hit you up, or somebody connected y'all, are you willing to like have other people outside of the state to broadcast on your station?
You know what? I tell you what. Not only is you pretty, but you pretty smart too. You know, Mr. Colors, what are you paying Miss Allie? Because I'm telling you, it's not enough. But anyhow, we use a program because we stream. We stream on our website, which is To Expose You, and we stream on my Facebook page, Darryl Goodman, and we also stream on YouTube. So when we are live recording, we're streaming on 3 different entities. Now, because we use a streaming service out of California, we use a program called vMix. vMix is a professional broadcast program that is used for the purpose of both online and live. So we have the ability through a segment in the program, the vMix program called vMix Call. So we can bring people in remotely from any place, anywhere. So when we are doing a show, it is possible. We've talked to people in Chicago. We've talked to people in California. We've talked to people in Mississippi. So we've talked to people in Mounts Corner. And of course, we've talked to people on James Island. So to answer your question, yes, ma'am, with the streaming program that we use, we certainly can bring people in remotely and talk with them as if they are in the studio. It's very akin to what you guys are using with Zoom. It's very akin to that. It's very similar. We give them a login, they log in, we bring them in, and hey, we rock and roll until we are finished talking about what it is we want to. We also have guests out of the studio, and we have hosts. Sometimes the people who I called out aren't able to make it to James Island where the studio is. So we give them a login. We give them a login for their guests. And then, of course, we sit in the studio like what Mr. J. Brown does, and we just control everything. So that's how we do it.
Got a lot going on, man. It's hard to juggle all that because I know you got the magazine too. Got a lot, so that's a lot to keep in your mental.
As a matter of fact, you just reminded me, Mr. Colors, I got to get cracking on my DC magazine. I've been recently shooting videos and editing videos and neglecting to jump to that. But specifically to your point, it is true. When you start a business and you see that there's other things that you'd like to do, then you have to determine at specific times, where are the priorities? Where should the focus be? You know, like you guys, I mean, y'all got a whole bunch of irons in the fires and everything else. So yeah, it does require some time management in order to try to get most of it done and on time. So I try to, I don't want to lie and say I have this schedule that I use in order to stay on it. Hey, I get done what needs to be done and pressing at the time. And then after that, the fallback is what then next needs to be done. But hey, scheduling, until I can hire me somebody, I mean, you know, you got 2 or 3 people that work for you. So you don't have a scheduling problem.
Yeah, right. No, shoot, we all try to figure it out sometimes. So no, I didn't triple book this episode.
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay, and is there any like you do the photos and the videos and the broadcasting? Is there one that you like more than the other, or are they equally loved?
You know, people like to say that they love to do them all. And in some cases, that is true. But I started with the photography, as I said, studied that when I was at Trident Tech back in the 80s. But now I tend to like the video a tad bit more than the photos. So I would have to say that it's the video now that I like, but that's because the video is the newest thing. You know how we like new toys and we play with them till we break them. So right now, the video happens to be my newest endeavor. So I'm going to say right now the video, but I use both basically to do sometimes. I just did an event over at Mount Pleasant with the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. So they wanted me to shoot video and photo. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not. It's not possible if you are doing a moving shoot. In other words, you are following people, then you can't do it. But if it's a program where you station the camera, the video camera, like on a podium or something like that, then you can walk around with the digital camera and shoot. So you can do both. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not. So the answer to your question is, yeah, right now, my newest is the video, and I like that, doing that just a little tad bit more.
Okay.
So when can I take a video of you? Now I've got videos of Mr. Colors. I've got video of Ms. Rock Fam, but I don't have Ms. Allie. I even got videos. Now don't tell him this, but I got video of Mr. J. Brown as well. But see, that's because
Our very first show.
We got him to come to my studio and we shot the video of him with the rest of the crew. Then we was at this car show last year that was put on by Ms. Dana.
Yeah, SC Rhino.
Yeah, so we both took videos of each other while we were out there. So I got everybody. I just need you, Ms. Allie. So, you know.
You actually do probably have her because she used to be my model, and she did one of your last one of your last shows at the convention center. You probably don't remember it, but yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
If I find that picture, I'll send it to you. Oh. 2016, probably 2016, probably.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Okay. Yeah.
2015, probably, yeah.
So is it easier to tweak photos or is it easier for the video? Because, you know, I don't know. I'm not really too savvy with things like that. But like if somebody wants something a certain way, is it easier for you to fix the videos or the photos? Like not like something like Photoshop or like.
You know, it depends on what needs to be fixed. Both can be complicated and both can be easy. So I don't want to say one is easier than the other. It depends on what needs to be done because they both require an understanding of certain programs. So when you look at a photo, you look at, like I said, Photoshop, but then you can also look at a program called Lightroom. Now, there are zillions of programs out there. I'm just hooked on the Adobe system, which includes the Photoshop for photos and the Lightroom for photos. And then, of course, when you get into the video, then there is the Premiere to edit and make changes in the video. And then, like I said, there's zillions of other editing program, but I prefer to use the Adobe program. You know, the old timers, they still like the Final Cut Pro. which some people still use. Like I said, there's a couple of them out there. So it depends on what needs to be fixed, and that would determine the level of sophistication or ease.
Right. So, what do you like most about doing all of this? Because I mean, you don't do nothing. You don't do something like this in depthly for nothing. Because, you know, I mean, besides the outside work, I'm talking about your Saturdays. Like, what satisfaction do you get? Because I know, helping the city is something that I learned from Colors. Colors is selfless with the things that he do for people in the industry and in personal. So it's like, you're giving a lot of people a platform on Saturdays to really get a lot out there. So, I mean, what's your best part about that?
The best part about that is being selfish, because because actually I need content on my site. So I can either run around shooting people who I don't have permission to put up on the web, or I can invite people, or people can ask me to come on. So it's actually the satisfaction is knowing that I've got content on my website, but also that it is a platform where people can have the opportunity to express what it is that they want to get out to the community. Because the name of the company is to expose you to those that don't know you, and expose those that don't know about what is going on. So it's a two-sided, or as they say, a win-win situation for both. So mine is that I win because I have content to put up on my website, and also I have information that is getting out to the community. So I would say being selfish is my gratitude for doing what I'm doing.
That's funny, right there. So, I mean, you ever thought about bringing the fashion show back? Because, I mean, that was nice, man. That was so well put together, well orchestrated. I miss it, man. That was nice. Every year you call me Mr. Colors. You got any artists and models want to be in it? It was
Yeah.
nice, man. It was well put together and everything.
Well, I had some dynamic people. And like I said, I was just a dumb guy standing around saying, what do we need to do next? The fashion show was a brainchild of Shirley Daly and Dana Collington. I was down at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida, and we were getting ready to put on either our second or third expo. So I get the call, and it's Miss Shirley and Dana, and they said, Mr. Darryl. I said, yeah. They said, let's do a fashion show. I said, a fashion? I said, we doing a training session. They said, yeah, but we can get models and designers and do a fashion show. So that is how the fashion show started, with those two ladies. And then, of course, they would do the training. And that's how I met you and Miss Patrice, because she would also help out with the training as well. So to answer your question, I think about it, Mr. Colors, but I don't want to be the leader of it anymore. I tend to partner with people like Miss Shirley and oh Lord, I'm bad with names. The other lady, we were going to do something last year over at the Alfred Williams. They were going to put on a fashion show because they work with the CMBA. So they said, Mr. Darryl, we want to do a show. You want to cut? Sure. I want to come in with you guys. And then I work also with Ms. Gail Torres. She has Prescription for Beauty, and she does a hair and a fashion show. So I don't want to do it as the lead person, Mr. Colors, but I enjoy working with people who know what the hell they're doing. And however I can fit in, I like to be in. But yeah, I miss it too, man. It was a lot of fun while it lasted, but now I take take pride and enjoyment out of being second chair instead of first chair.
I used to always say that. I don't mind being in the car. I don't mind being in the passenger seat as long as I'm in the car for the ride.
Yeah. And it comes a time, where you have to decide what it is that you can do. Are you still viable as the lead person? How can you make a contribution? And I saw that my lead was no longer the way I felt I could still make a contribution. I felt like now it was time for me to come out of the first chair and get into the second or even the third chair. It doesn't matter as long as they allow me to be a part of it. And then, my contribution, of course, again, is that I get to shoot the photos that I put in the magazine, and I get to shoot the videos that I put up on my TV station. So it's still a win-win for me. It's just that I'm no longer the person in charge. But that's okay. I was in the Army for 36 years. I know how to not be in charge and be in charge. So it doesn't matter with me. But yeah, that's how it is. But you seem to be keeping busy. You and Ms. Rock fame with the models and fashion shows and tries out and stuff. So you guys are keeping pretty busy on that end too, right?
That's Colors.
That's Colors?
Yeah, he the one with all the models and stuff.
No, he saw Mr. Goodman saw you walk that walk at Freeman show.
I was supposed to do that with my daughter.
Oh.
And she is no longer in South Carolina.
Right.
So I did not want to just renege on the people that depended on me that day to model for them. I am no model. I don't like Allie. How? No.
It's fun.
No.
I love it.
She be killing it. Our baby, because she fuck around, she be the one that
No.
because she don't want
know, right?
If she got
I
that
dress like a homeless young man 98% of the time, okay? And the 1% is for Mr. Goodman on Saturday once a month.
Well, hey, as long as you're comfortable, that's all that matters. So, But
Exactly.
Ms. Allie, are you still modeling or what?
No, I'm not. They really don't have anything where I'm at. I've looked. It's
Really?
like I look like New York and or like out there to DC and stuff, and I just don't have the time right now. I'm working a couple of jobs and like doing school, so I haven't really been focused on that right now. I've thought about it, but one day I'll get back to that.
No, where are you located?
I'm in Baltimore, Maryland.
Not BMO.
Yeah.
Okay. The DMV, as they call it.
Yeah.
Wow. There's plenty of opportunities up there, but like you said, if your schedule is full, it's full. So,
it's full. And then the stuff that they have actually here is just not like how it is back home. So like I said, I would have to probably go to like New York or like up that way or like to DC, because Baltimore is kind of not really like how it is. Yeah.
But now if it's not there, then you could make it there. So don't say it's not there. It's not there because you hadn't made it there. So that might be an opportunity for it to get there.
You're right. I just gotta be focused.
Okay. All right. Well, all things in time, You can't do everything at once, so I'm sure you got a priority.
Yeah, I'm not Rock Fame and I'm not Colors. I can't juggle everything with the masterminds. I can't do it. I'm trying to get there, but it's like I always get like off track, and I'm like, okay, like I gotta get it back together. But I'm trying. I'll get there.
Yes, you will. In time, everything happens. Definitely. Yeah. So what would you like to do once you get your education?
Well, I'm in school for nursing right now.
Okay. So what kind of nursing are you going to do?
I'm going to be a travel nurse. So I want to learn different practices and different like I don't want to just learn one specialty.
Okay.
I want to learn right now I'm in gastro enterology right now. So I know everything about that. So now like like once I finish, I want to probably do like endocrinology or ENT. I just want to learn a lot of different specialties. So when I do decide to travel, you know, I get paid more money because I know more. So
right.
Yeah.
That was a big thing during COVID, you know, as different locations needed extra nurses. So it was the traveling nurses that did a lot of travel. So yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Man. So as far as photography, Mr. Goodman, like if somebody else is like, say I was a photographer and I wanted to submit my photos to your magazine, is that live or is like it has to be all through you? How does that work?
What I usually do, Mr. Collins, is that when I publish a magazine and I send it out with a note that says this is our latest edition and we are working on the next edition. If you have an article or some photos that you want to submit, please send it to Darryl, Darryl at 2exposeyou.com. It has to be high quality, and we will review them for possibly putting it in. So the answer your question is, yeah, they send it to me because quite natural, I have to see if it's appropriate for the magazine. You know, like I used to tell you, Mr. Colors, tell your rappers, no cursing on my, no grabbing and holding themselves, that kind of stuff.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I remember.
You know, because
we
got grannies.
Have some decorum.
We got Granny sitting in the front row because her granddaughter is on the stage, so we don't want Granny to get all worked up because, you know, a young rapper. But anyhow, to answer the question, Mr. Collins, yes. They submit it to me through my email. They can send it to me through Dropbox. Or if it's like one picture, they can attach it to from the email. I look at it, and if it looks like it's something that's going to fit in that edition, then certainly I'm more than glad. I mean, I get pictures from people, not all the time, but sometimes. And believe it or not, my cousin Thedra Brown sends me a lot of pictures that I use from time to time as well. So between the pictures that I take myself and pictures that people submit to me, we are going to do it. My December edition is, of course, some pictures that I took of the Sweet 16 birthday of Miss Pam Berry. And Thedra had some pictures that she took in Mississippi. You know, she's down in Gulfport now. As I told her, yeah, you know, send it to me. It's an event that she attended, a women's conference, and I can use some of those. So, yeah, people can send them to me. We can go ahead on and make it happen, or I can take the pictures myself and we go from there.
How do you pick your cover?
You got something you want to send me, Mr. Collins?
Yeah, I said, how do you pick your covers? How do you pick your cover story?
You know, I try to look for the picture that's the most not provocative but persuasive. I like to use a picture on the cover that kind of encapsulate what the other pictures are about. So I've done covers where I've used men. I've done covers where I've used women. I've done covers with a single person. I've done covers where I took two people that was in the same shot. I cut each one of them out of the shot and brought them closer together like they were standing by each other. So the question that Ms. Alley asked about altering the photograph, in that particular case, I wanted both of them, but they were walking side by side. It's a fashion show that me, Ray, and Shawnette did in Colombia at the Canal. The sister, you probably seen her, Miss Sarah. I can't remember Sarah's last name. She's about to do a fashion show, her winter fashion show in February. So I'll be going up there and shooting some videos and photos of that as well. But that's how I pick the cover. I try to find a photo that tells the story of what is going on with the rest of the photos.
I got you.
And how do you pick your edition? Like you said, the pictures, like you pick the pictures that fit that edition that month. Like, how do you pick your topics for your magazine? Like, do you think about it, or you go off of the photos that you receive and then pick your topics for your magazine?
That is exactly right. I go by the photos that I receive, and I go, okay, that'll be good. Now, sometimes when I receive the photos, I don't necessarily use them right then. It might be a month or two later when I use them. As an example, if I just did some photos of, say, some wedding dresses, and then I go out and I shoot some more photos of wedding dresses. Say Theta sends me some photos from Mississippi. There's a sister that designs wedding dresses in Mississippi. So if I use those photos, I won't come back the next month and put more photos of wedding dresses. I try not to do that. So it's what I have at the time that I will use. So yes, I don't have a set schedule. I should, but I don't. I kind of like going off of what I got.
Okay.
Now, once I get to be a big boy, then I can go ahead on and set on a theme, February, Black History, or either the Lovers. And then December, we can go with the Christmas theme. But right now, I'm not that good. I'm not that big. So I kind of go with the pictures that I have at the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you got some pictures you want to send me from DC?
No, I haven't took any yet.
But what are you waiting on? I know you got that Instagram account. I know you got that Facebook account. I bet if I check out, there'd be a whole bunch of pictures on there.
I be on there, but I be looking at other people. I really don't be posting that much. I just like to scroll.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You say so. So, Ms. Rock fan.
Hey.
How is that dance class coming? I need to come to that class one time. And see.
Well,
I want the free one now. I don't want the one where I got to pay because I'm on fixed income. So
I no longer teach there anymore, but I am trying to start my own real soon. Just so I can teach my dance style. Not to say that, Tipsy's work wasn't like the best thing ever for me.
Oh, it was. We know that. Yeah.
I gained a really great family, and I learned a lot, and I got to teach a whole lot. But I'm trained in lyrical and contemporary, and that's what I want to do. And I hate the stigma of people saying that Black girls don't do lyrical and contemporary. And I even made up a dance style that I wanted to teach called soul. And it's a mix between modern contemporary and lyrical dance mixed with a little Black girl magic, you know what I mean? And it's supposed to uplift and it's supposed to be all positive and stuff and things like that. That's what I want to start doing, because I no longer teach, and I no longer have the dance group either. I don't have Body Rock anymore. So, that didn't stop me from dancing. I just performed somewhere, last month or something like that.
Yeah, last Thursday, like a couple Thursdays ago, Island Bar.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Ms. Allie. What's taking so long here? What do we need to do to make that happen?
Pieces need to fall in place first. I need to take care of the base before I can go up the pyramid. You know what I mean? So I gotta get my foundation right again. I settled my daughter. She's in the New York School of the Arts now.
Yeah.
We moved our daughter up there, so to give her a fighting chance. No shade about South Carolina, no shade.
Right. Yeah,
but we had.
If you're gonna do country and western, why stay in Charleston? Hell, go to Nashville. You gotta go where it's at. There ain't no shade about that. Yeah.
She's a wonderful artist and singer and dancer and actress, and I just wanted to make sure that was all, catered to.
Yeah. Now, I say that COVID caused people to think outside the box. In as much as a lot of the people that was involved in yoga, and of course, they were doing yoga out of a studio. And now you go to Hampton Park, and Hampton Park has turned into the biggest damn yoga studio in the city of Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can imagine yoga at Hampton Park, I can probably imagine Rock Fam out there doing some dancing in Hampton Park, and it's free.
No cap. I tried to do a class outside. I advertised it and everything. No one came. No one came. But that's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna keep trying.
Right. Right. Yeah. Because shoot, I might put on my leotards and come out there. Ain't no telling, just for excitement. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So
You're coming out to the meeting of the minds on Sunday, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to come. Mr. Colors has invited me, and I think I'm supposed to be out there about 5. And old people don't stay up too late. So I'll probably be out there about the first hour or 2, and then after that, I'm gonna get out the way and let y'all young people do y'all thing. So what are y'all expecting on this 13th anniversary of the meeting of the mind? What can people expect when they come?
Lord, I don't know. I feel like it's getting more structured. People actually been, knock on wood, been actually coming pretty close on time. We've been pretty much starting pretty close to 6:30, if not 6:30. So it's been good. Hopefully it stays that way.
The host has been hosting.
Yeah.
Watch out there now.
You is so stupid. The host has been hosting. You stupid. Oh, I really was gonna keep you and J Bob the whole way through almost.
Okay.
That's how I be feeling, you know what I'm saying?
We had our very first Dancers edition this year.
That was so fire in August. Yeah, that was so fire. Yeah. The Dancers edition was like 10 different dance styles, twerk and crunk and was it elegant ballet. It was so much different styles. That was like a dance class that day. Yeah, that was dope, man. Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah, every August now.
So I don't need to get out there till 6 o'clock, man. If y'all
don't come that early. Good Lord, come. What do you think? About 7:30?
Whoa,
7:30. Come on, 7:30.
I think 6:30 when we start to do the intros.
Yeah, I mean to catch some good pictures and stuff. Yeah, I say
okay. 6:30, then 6:30, 7:30, and definitely by 8 o'clock, I could probably be on my way out the door.
Yeah, we probably leave around 11. Don't leave that early. Just leave around 11.
11? Oh my God, man! Go ahead on, Mr. Colors. I tell you what, you know how to make an old man blush. Why don't we doing that much time of night, boy? My old butt need to be in bed someplace, out the waist. So y'all young folks can carry on, that kind of stuff. But So Mr. Colors, I'm proud that you guys are moving with what you guys are doing. I'm proud that for whatever little part I can be in it.
Big part.
So thank you guys for having me tonight. I hope I didn't mess up the ratings because, usually y'all ratings are pretty high. Y'all have people who people know and that kind of stuff. So, I understand if the ratings fall, I'm sorry. I did the damn best I could do, but under the circumstances, what can we say?
Now, listen, Mr. Goodman, I have to say, since I've been out here, you have been introduced to me as a pillar to the entertainment, fashion, and beauty world. So, in the entertainment world. So don't ever undercut anything you've ever done. You are an epitome of what it should be and how it should be ran. The professionalism, the poise, and the decorum that you have is outstanding. Taught me how to calm down a little bit. Colors gave me the talk too. You can't curse, you can't this, you can't that, cover it up all the time.
You know, I'm sorry to put you out of your element. You know, I know everybody is what they are and who they are. You know, I just, because I knew what the audience was going to be, I didn't want to offend them, but in no way am I, as y'all young people say, throwing shade on you. You know, it's just that I asked Mr. Collins, you know, for what we're going to do, you know, let's not do that, you know, and I can tell you, Mr. Collins, and even yourself has been respectful of what it is that I ask. So when you guys ask me, I'm going to be respectful of whatever you ask me. You know, that's what it takes for all of us to succeed, is that we have to respect each other as well as support each other. And I've heard you, Ms. Rock Fame, say that a number of times, you know, and that's coming from a sister who's well experienced in the big city and now down in the little city. It goes to show that what applies in one location can also be applied in another location as well. So I thank you for that. You know, it's the support of people that I've been fortunate to work with. You know, I take no full credit for anything, because as Mr. Colors said, when I was doing my fashion show, I could always depend on him to give me his best artists and them be on their best behavior.
Yeah.
And that's why if Mr. Colors asked me to do something, I feel obligated to do that because he did it for me. And a lot of times what we tend to lose sight of is we don't make ourselves. It's the people who are around us that help us to be whatever we gonna be or not be. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we got the wrong people around us, and guess what? That's why we don't be. But we had not come to that conclusion yet because we want to be friends with everybody. Well, that's fine. But when it comes time to business, you got to be serious and realize who can help and who can't. So much with the box office. Now, I'm going to shift gears because we got about 3 minutes left.
Yes,
I want to say this. Once again, thank you guys for having me. It's been my honor and pleasure. But I want the audience to understand that it's about business. You guys have fun, but this is a business y'all are doing. Now, on that note, as you very well know, I taught business. I tried it for about 18 years. So as I always like to say, and every opportunity you guys give me, if somebody is serious about starting a business, be serious about starting a business. There are places that you should go that can help you because none of us know everything. And that includes me as well. And some of the places I want people to go to is SCORE, where they can mentor you, help you to write your business plan, get you on track so you can get that business going. There is the Small Business Development Center. They ditto can do the same thing. There's an organization called Increasing Hope, I Hope. And under I Hope, not only can they help you to get your financial situation together, they have a women's business center that can mentor you, because maybe sometimes a woman can connect, a lady can connect with another lady a lot easier than they could with a man in some cases. So I Hope, Increasing Hope, has the Women's Business Center. There is, of course, the SBA, Small Business Administration. Ladies, gentlemen, let's get our business going, growing, but let's go and get some help. Darryl Goodman, that's all I got to say.
Yes, make sure to follow Darryl Goodman, same way it's written up there on Facebook, and make sure to follow To Expose You Digital Media on Facebook, To Expose You on Instagram, and it's www.2exposu.com. Check out those to watch TV. Colors had a guest host that day. No, you were Dolo last time.
Right.
Yeah, I was
You're
by
by
myself.
yourself. Yes, you can check out our last episode. Previous episodes, we had some heart-wrenching moments, some really good feel-good moments, and the other shows on there are fire. Thank you so much, Mr. Goodman, for coming through. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, Otherside
Now,
Podcast.
are you guys coming next Saturday on the 18th? Because the 18th is our last broadcast for 2021. So don't
As
miss
long
next
as,
Saturday.
as long as the whole show is about me, because my birthday is the 19th. So nothing else is really happening that weekend. But if you want to talk about me for 30 minutes, then I'm with it. Like,
why should it be anything else but about you? And if Colors try to do anything else, I'm gonna cut his microphone off.
Well, you
We
definitely
can do a remote. We can do a remote, Miss Allie, so we can bring you in.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
One,
It's time for
two,
you to return
three.
the favor, Allie. Yeah.
Now,
I
Mr. J.
will.
Brown, I say hello.
Oh, and let me say it to kind of Allie's face while I got her on camera. Come down here for a photo shoot for Otherside. I'm sick of cutting y'all out and putting y'all in the same picture. Y'all making my job hard. Y'all need a photo shoot. Y'all need a photo shoot.
Okay. Okay, I know because Colors keep saying it, and I'm like, okay, you saying it? Okay, I gotta come. Okay, I gotta
Yeah,
come.
that's the one who make the flyer. So you know she was like, good Lord, I gotta keep shopping. But yeah, let's get it, man. Let's get some pictures in real quick, y'all. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this right here, this is a goofy one. Do something goofy. 1, 2, 3. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you
All
guys.
right, y'all
Bye,
take
y'all.
care.
Good night.
Good night.
See you, Mr. J. Brown.
Definitely, y'all make sure y'all check out Meeting of the Minds this Sunday, hosted by the godmother Charles and Sandra Wilson and J Vibe 787, 13 years. Come celebrate with us. There will be cake, share, and a lot of other stuff. We out. J Brown, appreciate you. Share.